Alrighty, good morning, everybody. Hey, welcome back in, Kevin. It's been a while since I've seen you. Hey, Neil, good morning. Let's take a look here. We're going to jump back to um, last week. We did have the market that was closed early yesterday, so we'll look at that really quickly, and we'll take a look at what happened here on Friday. I think it's most likely on your end, Kevin, because we got it going here. So let's take a look. Let me just give me 1 second. Yeah, sound should be good. Let's go ahead and jump back here and take a look at what happened on Friday of last week. So if you remember on Friday, we were talking about a pullback, but if the bears couldn't even get through the previous daily high, which is this first red line on the chart, we did expect the bulls to continue to push, right? This was kind of one of the first levels that we wanted to see the bears pull price below and then get down through VWAP here to have an expectation of a retest of some of the deeper levels. But as you can see, out of the open on Friday here, they pulled back and came right to the level. So that's actually where I got my first long, because what I saw here as the market was pulling back was we were pulling right into the very level we wanted to see the bulls defend. And as we were testing it, the divergence was really extreme. So I literally just put the order in at the level at 17.5 and got a really nice, wasn't a nice big 20, 30 point trade, but was able to make some money. And I had made money in the overnight session. So I came in on Friday and was in the green, got another little winner, and then that was it. I didn't trade anymore. On the rest of Friday, I walked away. I had made my money for the week, and I was happy. But as you can see, out of the open here, they pull back. They hold the first roadmap level, try to bounce out, don't get anywhere. They come to the next one. That's where I entered. And then we again hold the back end of that roadmap level, only to come down and find the low of the day, 1 tick or 2 ticks in front of the VWAP. So this would be another good opportunity, but it didn't quite come into the level. So if you did have a long there, it didn't get filled, right? So that was a good opportunity. And then they came back right back to that area where I got in earlier. And then I believe that was the beginning, or they might have come down one more time. So they came down one more time, right? So good opportunity to try another long from that level. And then on the way up, notice where the biggest pullback of the morning is, right off that next roadmap level. This right here was actually a beautiful short opportunity. You had a little triple high there with that bearish divergence, and it was the level. So if you got a long from the first roadmap level or a short from the next level we pushed up into, you should have been able to make some good money on Friday morning, right? So that led to the pullback, and then we bounced 1 tick in front of the very level that became support all morning, right? How many times did they test and bounce out of it without even pushing through very much, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th time again, and then they go ahead and push to new highs. So inside of all these little rotations, you can still see on the pullback holding the back end of the 200 to come down lower, holding the FMA, getting the bounce, and then on the way back up, holding on the pullbacks to the fast moving average. And this right here is actually a big bullish divergence as well as it tested. So another great long opportunity. And then you can see from there, we got the breakout. Now this level here at 60.39, I believe is the major 61A retrace of the sell-off from the all-time high. So if we go over to our higher time frames and we look over to the all-time high, the 61.8 retracement is that blue line that we were just looking at there. So on Friday, they came up into it here. There was actually, again, another beautiful, again, we had good long opportunities off the FMA the whole way up, and then they came right into it. And this was another great short opportunity that, again, took on very limited risk, and you should have been able to get a scalp out of it. It didn't pull back much, but you should have been able to get your scalp, and then your runners would have been stopped because it came right back up. And then it used that area, the very level nearly to the tick that I warned you about, as the next support for the bounce. So once they got through it, they rejected off of it for a short opportunity. Then they got up above it, and then it was a long opportunity for 2 tests here, right? So good opportunity there. And then I think the high of, oh no, we kept going. So they pull back, they hold it. Again, basically, if you bought the 200, even if this level wasn't here and you bought the 200, great rotation from there with limited risk for, again, you should have been able to at least get 5 points out of it before it came back. And then got a little messy before the next push out, right? And on the way back up, there's that test of the 200. Here they get back up through the next major roadmap level, and they pull back and hold it, and then finally drop back out. And then on the way back out here, you can see there's the first tag of the 200 with bearish divergence for a great short opportunity for at least, again, another 5-point pullback. And then you can see they defend the back end of the the 200 on the way down, only to come down and get some notable bounces right around the next major roadmap level, and peter out at the end of the week there, holding the back end of the 200. So that brought us here into Sunday's Globex, which was also going into Monday's Martin Luther King holiday. We also had Inauguration Day yesterday. So the market closed early. We were not here. I wasn't trading, and I did not do a broadcast yesterday. But we can take a look and see what happened here. Again, some of the notable rotations out of the open. They come up right into that major retracement level we were watching on Friday and sell off right down to the first expected support, where you got a beautiful bullish divergence on that second low right there. So there was a good long opportunity if you were looking on Sunday evening there, 6, 7 p.m. on the East Coast. You could have got yourself, or maybe it was more like 8 or 9, could have got yourself a long, and it never came back. So the first roadmap level of the session holds, we get a beautiful bounce out, and then another long opportunity on the pullback right to the roadmap level to the tick there, right, with a bullish divergence. 200 moving average, roadmap level to the tick, bullish divergence. So another long opportunity here kind of going into the middle of the night on Sunday. And then a super messy little situation here as we came into Monday morning, which was the holiday. But they do, and this right here is another beautiful opportunity again, using the level, seeing the divergence, testing into the fast moving average, limited risk, and you got yourself the pop. And then here just recently, wait, let's go back here. So they get the pop out from the next major roadmap level, come all the way up, and then the high of yesterday's shortened session was 1 tick or 2 ticks from the next major roadmap level, right? So if you look at all these major rotations, again, holding the major roadmap level down here, getting a little messy, but popping up to come right into that next one. That led to the pullback, and as you can see, as they came down, we'll look at some of the details here. They come right to the roadmap level for the bounce. They hold the back end of the FMA to come down lower, and then find some support right around VWAP here the night before for the bounce. And then you can see once again, they come right to the back end of the roadmap level, miss it by a couple ticks there for the notable rotation down lower, and they come right to the holy orange power level. Again, another, I guess, long opportunity. If you were there yesterday around noontime, East Coast, came right to it. Bullish divergence. This is an extreme push lower on the RVI. And you got the next bounce and the final bounce for the day. So if you got in, very limited risk from 37, got yourself over a 20-point bounce at the end of the day, or in the middle of the day yesterday. So lots of good opportunities there as well. And then that brings us here now into the overnight session coming into this morning, where we have the high of the overnight session. So last night, if you're looking for a trade, they came right to the roadmap level to the tick, where you could have got yourself a short with 0 risk and got the entire sell-off so far. So Again, another notable thing that happened last night, they pulled back right to that roadmap level at 62 and gave you an 8-point bounce right to the next expected resistance, which was that overnight high. So good short opportunity there last night. And then you can see here the market had a pretty aggressive sell-off. And now we are playing around inside of the overnight range here. So still some pretty good stuff happening here. Last night in the middle of the night, they come right to the roadmap level, bearish divergence. That leads to the pullback where we get a bullish divergence and a bounce, again, within a tick off the roadmap level. So good opportunity there. And then as you can see all night here, holding the top end of VWAP, only to push on out. And then here we are right now, where we have pullback right into the roadmap level. Very, very, very extreme RVI here, arguably a divergence that has now led to our, what is this now, 46 over 20 points higher. And now here we are coming in close to the open. We got a double bottom, holding the FMA to the tick, bullish divergence, and we're getting a bounce. So that concludes the review coming into this shortened week with the holiday on Monday. Let's go ahead and jump up to the higher time frames now and see what they have to say for this morning.